Welcome to chapter 6. Today we'll be building a modular sales dashboard, a business dashboard. Last chapter we built a CSV analyzer. We handled file uploads. We'll be using some of that code. We calculated stats, we created visualizations, but that was still learning. Today we level up. Today we build what executives actually use, a sales dashboard with professional KPIs cards, with interactive plotly charts, with filters that update everything in real time. And here's the big shift. We are writing modular code as always. 5 separate files, separation of concerns, real software architecture, maybe small, but still this is like I am sowing the seeds. This is not a tutorial project anymore. Maybe small, but like the direction is right. The direction is right for what? For production ready work. So let's get started. So here's what we are building. This is what we are building. The business sales dashboard. And don't look at this as just another project. You have to look at it like a various architecture. Where is the sidebar, the main bar, everything. What are the different KPIs we are displaying, why we are displaying them, and so on. So once you build this, you will get confidence. You can upload this on your GitHub and you will have a nice looking project in your GitHub. For this, let's go back to our screen. And one more thing, we will be following this book. You always know where is a chapter 6. This is chapter 6 is video 6. Okay. Yes. So we will be following this book. You can freely download this book somewhere in the description. The link is in the description. It's a free download. Download this book and we'll follow along. Okay. So let me do a git pull first. Oh, one more thing. The entire code repository is available on this URL. Again, this GitHub repository is in the description. You can get it for free. You can download it, use it, modify it, whatever you want to do with this. Do with this. Okay. So I'm going to fire up my favorite code editor, which is VS Code. Let me close everything. Close all. Right. Okay. So let me close all the folders. I've closed all my folders in my chapter 6. Here's a project app.py empty. Awesome. And we have this sales data.csv file. We have good amount of data. Good enough for us. And for those who are wondering why my CSV is looking so cool, because I have downloaded an extension, Rainbow CSV. You can have that extension also. It's a Rainbow CSV. This extension. Yes. Right? Okay. Let's go back. So chapter 6, let's start from here. So first the app.py in chapter 6 in project app.py. So I'm going to import Streamlit as st. Then I'll do my page configuration. The layout should be white because it's a dashboard. Page title sales dashboard. Layout is white. Page icon is this chart looking nice. Let's put a main title and we'll use st.title, right? Let's run it. Okay. Chapter 6, project. Perfect. Business sales dashboard. I'm going to make it full screen. Come back. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close my file Explorer also. I want things to be neat and clean. Now let's start our sidebar. This time we are going to use st.sidebar, a simple placeholder. Sidebar header will say configuration, and in sidebar let's welcome our users. Welcome to the dashboard. Always rerun. Welcome to dashboard. So this is our app canvas or app body, whatever you want. Let's say app, right? Sidebar placeholder, this is configuration because my body is in configuration, and this is my welcome to dashboard. Now what, let's do the data logic. For data logic, you can create util folder, util file, but like I want to use a simple data loader, so I'm going to create a file called data loader.py. And for this, I'm going to use pandas and Streamlit as usual. Let me create a function load data. It will get the parameter is uploaded file. I'll use try. Exception is E. Okay. If there is an exception, if file has not been uploaded or file is wrong, whatever it is. So I'll just give st error. And this is the error. I don't need to think much about this. Whatever the error is, I'll just throw that error and I'll return. Right. And I'll return none. Or I'll say sc stop. Why do I return anything? But now, if you have given me the right file, so I'll use data frame read CSV because it's a CSV file. I know that uploaded file, right? And what I can do is, so there's a date. I want to convert that date. Let me convert that date. So let me show you where's the date. There's a date. I want to convert this date into date time. And when we are going to build dashboard, you will understand why I'm converting this to date time. But you guys know in pandas we have this function to date time, and we'll pass this column df date, and whatever we'll get, we'll just put in this data frame date. Perfect. We'll just replace the content and then we'll return it. So what we are doing here is we are doing some work. One of the reason here I'm doing this, there are two reasons. The second reason I'll tell you later. The one reason here is I want to show you if I have to do some kind of cleaning, I'll do this in load data. So it's kind of a very good encapsulation. I'm doing it in load data. So you call this function by importing this data loader.py. Call this function, give me a CSV file, and if I have to do something, I'll do it. You don't need to know that, and I'll return the data frame to you. You will get a data frame, and then you can use it whenever you want. Perfect. Now we cannot run this because it has not been wired yet. So let's wire this. So for this, we'll go to our app.py, and in app.py, I'll import from data loader import load data. Now what I'll do is, first I need to let's say for a second, let's say in our sidebar, or no, sorry, first we need to upload this file. How do we upload this file? We need a widget, file uploader widget. So first, the widget is st file uploader widget. But I was just thinking, why do we put this file uploader widget in the main canvas? Why don't we move into the sidebar? I'll tell you how we'll move this in sidebar. First, let me upload your CSV type is equal to CSV, right? And the file I'll get is uploaded file is equal to this. Now if I run this, I'll get this. One second. No module on data loader. Data loader. Did I save this? No. Can you see this white dot? I forgot to save this. Okay. Now let's say from data loader. One second. Data loader. I have put in outside the project folder. Classical mistake. move it to the project folder and then refresh it, right? Okay, this is the this widget is coming. Why? Because of this. But now I want to move this entire widget to a sidebar. So for this, I don't need anything, because understand one thing, sidebar is kind of a layout, just like we used to do with container, we do with columns. I can just write this st.sidebar dot. Now this file uploader is in the context of st.sidebar. So it will move from here, always re and click, it will move from here to here. I want to keep my business sales dashboard. I want everyone to focus on business sales dashboard. They import their file once, and then they can close the sidebar and can focus on the dashboard. And if they want to change the file, they can go back to my sidebars and then can upload a file. You have to think like in the industry, your boss should not say you why your this file uploading a file is taking away all my space in my dashboard. You say yes, I'm not going to do this, because you can close your sidebar and focus on your sales dashboard. Great. Small tidbit. You guys have to learn all this thing, because once you go into this industry, people will expect you to know all this. Anyways, let's move forward. Now let's say for some reason, if this uploaded file, if this uploaded file, first let's tackle the good reason. If uploaded file is there, so we need the data frame. Now we need the data frame. How will we get this data frame? By calling the function load data function, and we'll call this load data function, and in load data function we'll just pass this uploaded file, right? We'll get the data function, right? And then what we'll do is yep, we get this file. Let's now also talk about else. We'll call about else. Let's do else also. Else st.info, please upload a file. Okay, please upload a file. This should come into, okay, this is coming here. Please upload a file. I can move it to sidebar, or should I keep it here? I'll decide later. And I am going to I'll decide later. But one more thing, if what if like your data frame is empty? There could be a chance that you have uploaded a empty CSV file. You can do that, or maybe a user can do that. So let's also take care, if somebody has uploaded empty data file, what will happen is, if not df.empty data frame, will do the good case later. Else, if someone has uploaded the empty data file, will say st.error, file is empty or invalid. Okay, but if the data frame is not empty, then give them some success dance in sidebar, st.sidebar.success, and we can say df.head, right? That's it. In fact, df.head, I think it should go into st.data frame. Why? Because I don't want to this is one of the most important things. Why should I show this in success? I can show something like data loaded successfully. So the whole idea here is, why I should show my head in a very small space. I should take more space. Let's browse a file. For this, I have to, where is the file? Reveal in Finder. And where is my browser? Okay. Here is the sales data, right? You can see now it's coming here, and a nice message, data loaded successfully. Perfect. I think I have opened my other VS Code. Yes. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Nice. The data has been uploaded successfully. Data is there. You can see the data frame. Let's create a new file. A new file called filter, because we want a logic to slice the data based on user input. So for this, I'm going to create a new file inside the project this time. I'm not going to make that mistake again. So I'm going to call it filters.py. And I'm going to write a function display filters. And this function will require me to send me some data frame, and once it will send me some data frame, it will create a filters, and it will create the filter in the sidebar, because like I want the filters on the sidebar. That will look good, cool. I don't want my filters on my main dashboard. I want my main dashboard, my manager, my boss, my client should focus on the main dashboard. I don't want to spoil the space, take away any important real estate in my main dashboard. I want that filter should be seen in the sidebar. So I'll do st.sidebar. Maybe I'll just create a header, and we can say filters. Perfect. I don't need this pass anymore. And let's run this first. From filters, import display filters, right? This is like I'm writing this, but I need to pass a data frame here, which I already have. So I can say where is, I can display it here, right? Let me close all else. Let me close this else also. I'll display it here. I can say display filters and pass data frame. Always rerun. Filters is there, and display filter. Okay, so filters is there, filters is running, but we are doing nothing inside the filter. We have done nothing. We have said okay, headers is filters. The headers is there. We have done nothing. Right? So we have done nothing. Let's do something more here. Filters, we have created this filter. And now what kind of filters you want? I think I want category filter first. So what I'll do is categories is equal to, again I want this filter in the sidebar, so I have to keep on writing this st.sidebar, otherwise it will go to my main canvas. And I can say multi-select, and in multi-select I can say select category or select category or categories. I know it's grammatically wrong, but you got the point. Select category. Why? Acha, I haven't passed it anything. I have to pass it data frame. Data frame I'll pass category, but I want all unique, right? All I want all unique. Make sense? And yes, I think that will be accessories, stationery, furniture. So these are the 4 different categories. I want categories here. And then what I can do is, based on these categories, if somebody has selected any categories, I'll return the filtered data frame. We'll say return, caps lock, return data frame. Now we have to create a new data frame, right? Inside this data frame. So what I'll do is I'll use this thing is in what? Is in these categories. I want only those, right? I only want those category, which categories, this column, I want only those values, sorry, I want only those values where isn't categories. You know, you guys know Pandas, so I'm not going to explain this. Otherwise, if it don't go in this if, I want at least return the normal data frame, complete data frame, right? So it should always return the data frame. You're getting my point? If this categories is empty, great. What it will do is it will give me it will return my data frame. If this categories, you have filled something in categories, it will change the data frame. Now one thing what I want to do is, since my data frame has been updated here, df filtered, so what I can do is, this is now returning me something. Let me call it data filtered, df underscore filter, because this whenever I call this function and I pass my data frame, it is going to give me a data frame which is filtered, right? And I want to show this filtered in my, I want to show this filter in somewhere. I want to update my view, this df filter, so where I can show it. I will show it here only, right? I say st.write formatted string showing length of df underscore filtered, right? Rows. I want to see how many rows I'm seeing, and let me show the data frame. I'll show the data frame head df filtered dot head, right? None type has no length because it's returning me none. So for this, let me browse. This is returning run. Why? Because did I pass data frame here? Yes, I passed data frame here. It showed me filters, categories. Let me rerun this. I know the error I'm getting. I'll explain you the error I'm getting. I explain you. Let me first run it myself. Okay. So first, why I'm getting two rows. So let me, why I'm getting two data frames. First, we remove the first data frame from the canvas. I don't want that from canvas. I don't want this. Okay, showing 91 rows based on the filters. Perfect. Clear? So I am showing filters here, and I am showing these are the data. And can I move? So everyone is so what? It was nothing, but the problem here was the data was not being passed. So I just need to do a refresh, hard reset. That is nothing. But what we are doing here is just a quick breakdown. Let me first close this. Close this. So one thing here is we have created two files, filters and data loaders. In filters, what we have done is we have created a function display filters. We've asked for data frames, and once the data frame is there, we'll use that data frame to get all the unique categories and then use them in our multi-select. This is what we are doing here. And if somebody has selected categories, then what we'll do is we'll filter out other categories which are not selected, and we'll send it. Will return it as a, will return this. And if they have not selected any categories, this means categories value is empty. Let's say default categories value is empty. If they have not selected anything, or we can say, we can also write it default is equal to empty. If they have not selected anything, then the whole data frame will be returned to them. Nice. Default value is not part of the options. Please make sure that, okay, it's not part of the option. So what we have to do is we have to send all the categories. This is a very nice thing. This is something, what I have to do here is I have to pass, I have to send all the options in default. I have to send all the options. There's a syntax error. What is syntax error? Syntax error is it should not be in double quotes because it's a variable, right? So if I have not selected any, I have to upload this file again. Okay. So what is happening here is by default, all the categories have been selected as default, right? You could have selected one category and you can keep on removing any categories you don't want. Can you see now showing 123 rows? So some of you who was thinking why default, why I cannot use default as empty, because now the error here is, again it will give me error. Streamlit AI exception, the default value is not part of the option. The default value should be a part of this option. You can choose, like let's say accessories, or you can choose something of that, anything that is in actually category option. Then it will stop showing errors. For example, you could have chosen stationery. Then it won't have given you this error. Or you can have chosen all of them. Let's say if I choose stationery, then by default stationery is chosen and it will only show me all 33 rows that have a category stationery, right? But for now, I want to choose all the categories there. Again, double quotes. Okay. All done. So this is our filters, and then same in data loaders. Data loaders is super simple. What I have done is I have used pandas read.csv method, passed the uploaded file, got a data frame, written the data frame. If there was an exception, I have displayed that exception. I have made Streamlit stop. No rerun, no refresh, nothing. I may have made Streamlit stop. And how did I wire this? I imported both these functions, set the page configuration, set the main title. In sidebar, I have set its configuration. Sidebar is my configuration. Then I created this widget st.sidebar, and if somebody is able to upload a file, then I use load data function to populate my data frame. If data frame is not empty, I set success, your data loaded successfully, right? And then data, I have displayed this filter, display filters. In fact, I don't need to show this. I can comment this out. Too much is taking too much space. Then I can showing these many rows. If you keep on filtering any, because I changed this file, it's killing me. Right. Okay. So the file is uploaded. If I keep on changing any of these things, it will reflect here. That is what I'm doing here. Super simple, no confusion. Welcome to a dashboard. I don't need this app body, removing this for now. Okay. So what we have done is, we have done all this. We have shown the filters. Now row count is changing. Now we need to show the big numbers. So we'll create a new file. We'll call it kpi.py. Now it's time to play with the big guys. kpis.py, right? And again, I am going to import Streamlit as st. And this time I'm going to display I'm going to create a function display KPIs. And again, this will need a data frame. Whenever I'm going to call this function, I'll always pass this KPIs function. I can do something. I'll calculate. For example, let's say calculate total revenue is equal to data frame, whichever it has given me. Maybe revenue. Let me quickly look at my, yes, revenue there. So let's sum this total revenue, total, I think orders were also there. Let me check quickly. Orders, Yes, orders quantity was there, right? Okay, so for orders, what I can do is I can use df dot shape. How many orders were there, right? How many rows were there? So I will use my total orders shape, and average order value. I can say average order revenue. I'll say average order value will be my mean. So, and I can also create a layout. Let me also create a layout. Key metrics. I can say C1 comma C2 comma C3 three columns, S3 dot columns, and these are three columns. C1 could let me show this metric. So there is uh, method C1 metrics, total revenue label, total revenue value is dollar total revenue, and I don't want any decimal. Similarly, I want to show total orders, which is an integer, so I don't worry about this formatting strings. Then the third is average order value, and I can use a divider. For this I am going to use markdown, 3 lines. And now let's call this. We have to call from KPIs import. Let us save this. Display KPIs, right? And what we can do is we can show this display KPIs here only. Why here only? Because I want to use DF filtered. I only want to use this filtered head, and so I can use, where is my function, display KPIs, and I'll pass df underscore filtered, right? I can one more thing, filtered. I can remove this head, otherwise it will take a lot of space. Tuple object is not callable. Very good. Very good. On line number 26. Display KPIs df filtered. Okay, so tuple object is not callable. I think I know the mistake in my KPIs. Okay, I've called shape as function. Seriously. Yes. I put this in like as a call. You cannot call it in a function. Shape is a list. You have to pass in like in brackets. You know that. Okay, so these are my key metrics: total revenue, total orders, average order value, and I don't think I need this showing 60 rows. Or I can keep this. Maybe I should move this. I should move this in sidebar, showing 60 rows. Dot sidebar. Not right. Showing 60 rows, right? This makes so much sense. When I keep on adding more filters, if I add more filters, my number of rows will increase. If I keep on removing them, all the rows will be shown, right? Showing 30 rows after applying that filter. Perfect. So let's do a basic charts. Now again, create a new file. I want to create small files. Is good for learning also. So I'll create a new file. Let me call it charts, because if you have to go back to your code, you can actually know. You can go to app.py, charts, data loader, filters, KPI. You know exactly know where you have to go. This time I'm going to use Plotly. I'm assuming you guys already know Plotly, and I have to. Can you see this wiggly lines? I have to install Plotly. Okay, good. Plotly has been installed. And the bad thing here is I have to again upload the sales file. Okay, let's do it. Perfect. And Plotly is also installed now. This time we'll create a function display charts. The naming convention has to be very clear. You can say render charts, display charts, whatever you want to use. Do you want to use render? In last project we used word render. A lot of times, this time we are using display. So the reason I'm using display is because it depends on you what you want to do is, but that verb, what it is doing is displaying, right? What there is displaying is charts, is displaying charts. That has to be very, very clear. I have to pass data frame, otherwise it won't know. I want my functions to work like if you give this input, they will give this output only. You know, I want very clean function. First order function. You give them something. If you are giving them the same input, they will keep on giving you the same output. There will be no side effects. There are no side effects in my function. I want all my functions like to be this, no side effects, and I want your functions to be like this also, no side effects. Okay, let's create a subheader. All, let's say visualization. Let's be professional. Okay, and we'll have 3 tabs, right? So tabs name will be overview and maybe trends, and I'll get 2 tabs, tab 1 comma tab 2. These are 2 tabs, st.tabs. What is the issue here? The issue here is they have to be in a function call, because st.tabs is a method. I passed it a list, and with tab 1 I'll say I'll have 2 columns, c1 c2. I'll tell you why. st.columns. So I'm going to have bar chart in my c1. With c1, first write down a small caption. Revenue by category. The figure will be px, Plotly express. You guys know how to plot Plotly? Yes, you guys know. Pass it data frame, then in x we'll pass it category, right? C is in capital. It will pick out this dimension, and in y I'll pass my measure, that is revenue. Revenue is there. Yes, revenue is there. Revenue, and the color will be based on category. Okay, and now we have Plotly chart, inbuilt Streamlit Plotly chart. This is what are the options here? Okay, so figure out data. This is figure out data, and use container width is equal to true. I want it to use the container width. Okay, I haven't called this. I haven't called the display charts. So let me first, what do you want to do first? Do you want me to create a second column, or do you want to actually see this Plotly chart? I think let's quickly create the second column also. This time we'll create a simple bar, simple pie chart. Right? And we can say revenue by region. Simple. A good pie chart is where the number of unique values in a dimension should be very less. Then it's a good pie chart. Otherwise, never use a pie chart. Your pie chart become very confusing. That's the reason. Always avoid pie chart. Again, we'll use this figure of pi. What are the options? Px pi, data frame values revenue, region is names, whole is equal to 0.4, right? And I'll send it again back to my st.plotly chart. and then I need to update my app.py inside main blocks where my KPIs were being displayed. I am going to display KPI header. Now just below this I'm going to display my show charts, but first I need to import it from charts, import display charts, display charts, pass it. Okay, where is my app? Always run. Okay, very nice. Overview is done. Revenue by category, revenue by region. It's using full space. Very nice. You can see bar chart, categories, and my pie chart. Now time for the trends. Let's do trends. Let's go back. Let me close my this. Okay. No confusion. I hope so. I hope so. No confusion. So I want to show trends in my second tab. So this my with tab 1 is done. Now time to play with the second tab. Why second tab? Because second tab is the trends. This time let's do time series. Caption, good practice, sales over time. Okay. What I'll do is I'll group by month end. Now you can understand why I did this date was date time. Remember, we converted in our load data, we converted this into date time. Now this is the time where I'll teach you why we did this, because I need set index to be date and I want to resample based on ME, right? And the columns I want is revenue. I want sum, reset index. So we are resetting our index based on ME. So what we are doing is we use resample ME. Why? Because if we plotted every single day, the line would look like a mess. Resampling smooth it out to show the monthly trend. And for this you have to go to Pandas. Otherwise it will too much of explanation. So let's update our app.py once more time. What we can do is we can so first let's see if this is working or not working. Sales over time. I forgot to plot it. I forgot to plot it. Okay, we have done all the hard work. DF10 is there, but let's create a figure. Let's create a line chart. For this we'll use line chart. We'll use px.line and we'll pass it data df trend, right? Here is we got the df trend and x axis will be my date, y axis will be my revenue, and then markers. Yes, do you want markers? I think markers look cool. And then stplotly chart, pass it figure line and use container width. Yes, true. Sales over time, right? Nice. Very nice. Perfect. So let's do a final polish. We have charge, display, everything we have done. let's do one. If somebody wants to in app body, if somebody wants to see the entire data, so we'll use xt expander and we'll say view underlying data, and we can say I think we should show filter data. So to show filter data, I have to move it up here where I'm calling my filters. Yes, I'm calling my filters. I'm calling my filters here. I have to move it up. I'll call it raw data viewer. Right? View underlying data. This is the underlying data. Nice. You only want to see electronics or only furniture. Here is all the furniture data. Here is the data has been changed. Only see one single category. This north region is bringing most revenue. Here is the trend. And if I look at my electronics, trend is like kind of the same. It's a very simple dashboard, nothing fancy, but this is a shareable dashboard. You can deploy it quickly and you can anyone can see this. So at least you were able to see how we were able to use Plotly so simply to build this simple dashboard, but very effective dashboard. This is how you use Plotly charts in your Streamlit. I hope you enjoyed this project, and if you like this project, tell us what kind of projects you want to do. These are the beginners project, but we are going to bring you some advanced project very soon. Till then, keep on practicing, keep on watching, and I'll see you soon.